Hello guys, today I would like to teach you some basics on how to read a BaZi chart, the Chinese astrology chart. Reading BaZi can be very complex. However, using the simplified way can also give you a lot of information about yourself. Whether you believe destiny or not, I bet learning BaZi, reading your BaZi chart will give you so much inspiration and wisdom about your true self and the world. So without further ado, let's start. First of all, you need to get your BaZi chart. There are many ways to get your report. You can Google BaZi calculator, BaZi report, or download apps on your phone. There are quite a few resources for you to get those reports. Some of them are free and some of them are paid. You can also buy a professional report directly from me if you don't bother to do that or are not sure if you will get a correct report. In my report, I will also give you an astrology report to compare with. There are several key information you need to get an accurate BaZi report. First of all, your gender. Because in BaZi system, the ways to interpret a chart differs in male and female. Second, your birth time. That is the year, the month, the date, and the time. Always keep in mind that in order to have a precise astrology reading, your birth time is quite important. That is the moment when you have your first breath in this world. Since that very first moment, you start to exchange energy with the universe. You can ask your mom or to find information on your birth certificate from the hospital. Usually the time that the hospital recorded will be a few minutes later than your actual birth moment. For now, just use the time on that record. For my clients, I will usually check the actual time with them again, because in certain situations, those very few minutes can make a huge difference. Okay, now I know a lot of you may have already stuck in this process, because many of you do not know your exact birth time. That is fine for now. You just cannot get the whole picture of your birth chart. Say in BaZi, there are 8 characters. You will only get 6 characters correct. It will still tell you a lot. Birth time analysis is a big part of the astrologist's job. We can derive your birth time from your life track so far. This is another big topic. I'm not going to go in too far into that today. Another critical point to keep in mind is your birth location, because different places will have different longitude and latitude. A person born at 5 p.m. in New York will generate a different birth chart from a person born at 5 p.m. in Los Angeles. Okay, with those tips in mind, hopefully you have already got your BaZi chart. Now let's open an example and start our analysis. Now you can see a simplified BaZi chart. As I mentioned in my previous video, BaZi in Chinese literally means 8 characters. That is 8 words. So you will see 8 cells here, 4 cells at the top and 4 cells at the bottom. The 4 cells at the top, we call it the heavenly stem, and the 4 cells at the bottom, we call it earthly stem. And then there are also 4 pillars. So BaZi, there are also other names of that. One is actually 4 pillars of destiny or 4 pillars of BaZi. The 4 pillars represent different time of your birth date. The first pillar is your year, and then the second is month, and then is day, and then is hour. So if you're not sure which hour you were born, which minute you were born, so these 2 pieces of information will not be correct. We'll just have question mark here. You will only have these 6 characters about yourself. And within the 8 cells, we will start from this cell. On this day, the heavenly stem on this day, this cell. So in this cell, you can see that there's gold here. The Chinese character here is actually Xin. Xin means soft gold or in gold. As I mentioned that there are always yin and yang elements in this world. So Xin here is the yin gold, and here this is Geng, this is the yang gold. Yin is something soft, tender, delicate. So the Xin yin gold, you can visualize it as some sort of jewelry, such as a gold ring or something like that. This cell represents yourself, and we call it the day master. This is very, very important. This is yourself. Now, so close your eyes and then visualize yourself not as a human being, but just as one element in this huge world. You're just one part of this universe, not any different from any other kind of creatures in this world. And now you are not yourself anymore. You are just a piece of gold in this world. And then another very important cell is here at the bottom, the mouth pillar. This cell carries around 40% to 50% of the weight of the entire chart. This is the heaviest, I would say this cell carries the heaviest weight among all the 8 characters. All the others cell will carry less weight than this cell. This is also gold, soft metal. This cell will give you support because it is the exact same element as yourself. And now let's look at the other cells. You have 1, 2, 3. 3 suns, 2 wood, and 3 cells of metal. But remember, this cell is heavier. So in total, you would have, I would say, 50% or even more of metal element in this chart. Remember that I mentioned in the 5 elements chart in my previous video that we are seeking balance in this world. We don't desire to be too strong, we don't desire to be too weak. The perfect state is the balanced state. So in this chart, I would say it is pretty okay because he has like around 50% or more. He is not too weak. He is also not too strong. Like say, if all the 8 cells are metal, then this guy is, too strong in the element of metal. But this chart, like say 50%, a little bit more maybe. So in a BaZi chart, that if you become too strong in your own element, like say you have too much pieces of metal, you would want ways to burn that energy. If you are too weak in your own element, you would want ways to gain that energy. Remember last time I mentioned that fire will kill metal, right? Because fire will generate earth. When the fire is burnt, the ash and the nutrition will go down to the earth to become soil. And then soil, after many, many years, it will turn into gold. Say if you have 6 cells of metal, you will need fire to kill you, right? Because you become too strong in your own element. On the other hand, metal will kill wood because metal will generate water and water generate wood. Without metal, there will be no water. So you are actually a very key resource for wood. You can kill wood. If you become too strong yourself, you can use fire to kill your energy. You can also use wood to burn your energy. So they actually will achieve the same result, just to decrease your energy, right? On the other hand, if you become too weak, you would want to gain energy. You would need a lot of earth to generate yourself, or you would need more cells representing the gold, the iron element. Okay, always keep in mind that the best state is a balanced state. So we will want to achieve balance in a chart. And sometimes we cannot achieve balance in our chart. What shall we do? We should go out to the world to burn that kind of energy, or to gain that kind of energy, or in a
period of time, like say each year, it will have its own energy, its own element, and it will give you certain supplements or give you certain burnout to help you achieve that balanced state. Okay, that's it for today's video. Now you know how to download your BaZi report and to do some very basic BaZi chart reading. Don't forget to try it by yourself. I'll see you in my next video.